Adina saw falling in her imagination the heads of her enemies like dominoes on a sport complex floor. She still wasn't on charge. Her enemies still weren't real. She spent her childhood under the red government influence. Maybe that's why she became a precise political machine. Her father, Inigo, worked day and night at the factory, and her mother, Esperanza, sought day and night to get the liquidity her family needed, not the mass production superbargain sold. No, she sought to measure for the big red government leaders that couldn't sport like the rest as much as they preached. She entered the most intimate places of the high spheres, and with her the little Adina, that at first saw that men and women that appeared on the big posters of propaganda like idols that only say important things. Esperanza dear, this buttonhole is half a hundredth more closed than the rest. You have to correct it immediately. A tall and strong man with look of implacable general flapped. And the little Adina saw her mother seeking nervously among her things a small sharp hook to carry that big man orders out. In time, those imported idols became demanding and extremely vulnerable beings. The most minimal inconvenience got them upset. The most minimal detail drove them mad. She accompanied her mother, not like the little nuisance they hadn't a person to live with yet, but like the diligent assistant that studied the gaps to sneak in. It wasn't difficult, like anything since she realized the insignificance of things. On one side, she saw her poor mother with her eyes contracted of taking better aim with the needle into the expensive fabrics from abroad not to spoil them, because ruining one of those pieces could mean the death. She plenty knew it. She had replaced the last one to do it. On the other she saw that women and men in their underwear, with their fat and their miseries. She wasn't able to keep the same reverence her mother kept. However, she was intelligent enough not to show it. She bowed her head when it was mandatory, and she pretended an unstable hand when the tone got loud. The step ahead came in a natural way. Pretending interest about the frivolities kept them busy. They weren't hard to impress either. In their lack of enthusiasm, weren't able to remember a name from one time to the following, unable to memorize a face. And they thought it was wonderful. Somebody could remember the thousands and thousands of details of their exciting lives that asked them about their things. They didn't took in the wrong way, like her mother warned her. They took it in the initiative way. Being not too much older than 20, she began her career in the Red Government Organization. From a safety distance to perceive the tension and the threat. From a safety distance to look like one of the driving force and not one convicted of treason. She started with a petty charge. They value her, but they were too many to divide up, too many to shout, too many stronger than her. Adina, you have to understand there are people that had been here for longer than you. The new leader told her. Besides, you probably feel more comfortable in a minor job. At the end, you didn't do much for the former government. It's better you get consolidated slowly. The second on board said. It's for your own good. People think this consists on talking around the whole day, but they end burnt out, you know. Exactly. It's for your own good, the grandiloquent leader concluded. She was happy with that. She had learned the patience from her father. She also had learned from her mother to finish off the seam and not to leave any loose rope. And from the red government she learned what shouldn't be done. The eagle wasn't a good advisor. It was better to be considered like an insignificant piece of furniture than a real threat. She would last not even 3 hours sat on that upholstered in yellow chair if the great leader and his parasite noticed her intentions. She only had to wait for the ones proceeding through themselves out, for them to let out a discordant thinking, and she neither waited for that long. The new leader of the yellow government left the building in 2 years. It was his second who took care of him. In the meanwhile, the Adina's sphere got wider. She began to be that cute girl woman that got on well with everybody because she didn't mean any danger at all. She began to take care of more complex tasks and to have access to more influential people. Not access in the physical sense. She has been mixed with them from the beginning. Access in the power sense of the word. I will stop being your boss soon, he explained. Really? How is that? She asked, showing interest, worry, consideration. But not too much. It was extremely important. She held back the happiness it supposed getting rid of the biggest despot she had ever met. And that was a lot to say, counting the parameters they were moving in and taking part on the central government. The man tried to play it modest, but it was a waste of time. He was openly overcome with pretentiousness. Oh, well, congratulations then. Even I'm sorry you aren't my boss anymore, she lied. You'd better leave someone good in your place. Of course, you just know her. She is my sister-in-law. He smashed her expectations in few words. You are not going to feel the difference. I leave her in charge because duplicity is not allowed, but she does everything I tell her to do. And he didn't finish the sentence because the obvious end was, that's why we choose her.